Hey, it's Michelle coming to you with some kitchen inspiration. I am making a new recipe today called Reuben Braid. And I'm super excited about this. I love a good Reuben sandwich. So I was jumped right on this recipe. So I'm using the new square stoneware that goes in the new Deluxe air fryer and oven because I'm gonna use that to bake this. So this is an old style Pampered Chef recipe with crescent rolls. So this is my first time making it, and let's see how we do here. Okay, unroll the crescent rolls on a board, seal the perforations, cut the dough into a 9 by 13 rectangle. That's what it says. I don't know what you're supposed to do with this edge, but I'm going to cut it off and then we'll figure it out later. Okay, all right, so you get all the perforations out of this, just so you don't have holes in the bottom of your dough. Okay, and then I have some corned beef that I bought at the deli. How much does it say? 1/4 to 1/2 pound, and how much did I buy? I bought 1/2 pound, perfect. Okay. Sometimes I have the plan correct and sometimes I don't. We're just gonna kind of spread this out on here a little. I might actually take off some of this fat because, you know, it's a little bit healthier that way. Just gonna cut a little bit of that off just so it's not all greasy. Flip this over, do the other side too. All right, you don't have to do that step, but you know, I tend to always take the fat off my stuff before I start working just because there's plenty of fat in the actual meat. I don't need to eat the fat. Okay, so it's gonna kind of stretch this out on here. Whoops, I missed this piece. And then, it's not a hard recipe. I'm making it look hard here because I got it all wrinkled up. Okay. There we go. And then I have 1/3 cup of sauerkraut. I pulled it out of the jar and drained it real good and then dried it with a paper towel because it said to do that. So, so it's not, I guess, leaking all over the place, but you want to have some sauerkraut on here. I might put a little bit more sauerkraut on. I like sauerkraut. I'm going to put a little bit more on there. It's not going to be quite as dry as the previous amount, but I want to make sure that it's got a good layer of sauerkraut on here. Okay, got that on. Now I gotta rinse my fingers. It's a little dirty. And I've got Swiss cheese is the next part of the recipe. It's been a lot of years since I made one of these recipes. I'm hoping that I still know how to braid it. So we're gonna put some Swiss cheese across there. Is that everything? Yep. And I'm gonna take this and add it to the edges here because might as well use it. No point wasting it, right? So we're gonna put it on there. Then I'm going to take this knife and I'm going to make cuts about 1 inch apart. Okay, on both sides. Try to make them across from each other so they match up. They don't have to be perfect. All right, and we're going to pick this up, twist it, and put it down. Okay, and I'm going to pick this edge up because I don't want it to ooze all over the inside of my new oven. So I'm going to kind of lift that edge up a little. So this is not one of my skills. Pick it up, twist, drop, pick it up, twist, drop. So it kind of looks like it's braided. I obviously didn't pinch this together well. It's not an exact science, and honestly, no matter what you do with this, when it's cooked, it looks great and it tastes great. So if it's not perfect looking when you've got it together, it's fine. you know, practice with it a little bit if you're going to make it for company. But other than that, I wouldn't worry about it. If you're just making it for your family, it'll be perfectly fine. Unless your family is fussy. I'm just kind of making a thing down the middle here. I think I put too much meat in. I don't have enough stretch. But I know my husband likes a lot of protein, so that's why I did that. All right. Just kind of make this go down the middle. Then, okay, so that's basically what it's supposed to look like. It's the general idea. Tuck the ends up a little bit. All right, so then I have an egg in one of my 1 cup prep bowls. Scramble it up. Oh, I forgot to put my oven on. Let me go put my air fryer on. Okay, let's do that for a second. We're gonna take a 2-second break and go do that because I forgot. Well, I guess I can wait. I'm gonna have to preheat it, which I forgot to do. Okay, so I got my silicone chef's basting brush. This thing is over 20 years old. And it still has all the bristles. I love these. You can't kill them. They're amazing. So, it goes in my dishwasher all the time. I use it for all kinds of stuff. We're just gonna paint this because then it's gonna be beautiful when it's done. And, it's gonna make it nice and brown and pretty. But the other thing it's gonna do, it's gonna help our seasoning stick. So that's gonna be the next step. Okay. Looks good. And then we're going to use the Everything bagel seasoning. We're going to sprinkle that over the top. It's going to give it a nice little oomph, you know. And I also have a bottle of Thousand Island dressing. I don't know what I did with it, but I'm going to serve that on the side. I love this seasoning, so I'm kind of covering mine pretty well. All right, so this stone was specifically made for the new Deluxe air fryer and oven. But of course it can be used other places also. So this says to put it on stone bake for 15 minutes. So we're gonna take it over here. So first thing I'm gonna do is turn it on. So this new Deluxe air fryer and oven, it's a oven on the top or like a toaster oven and an air fryer on the bottom. The door opens all at once so you can, you know, load both of them at the same time if you want. Or for this recipe, I'm only going to be using the top oven. So you could open just the top door or you can open the bottom door. Okay. Earlier today, I used it to dehydrate to make my beef jerky. But right now I'm going to use the stone bake function. And I forgot how long it said. 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to set it for 15 minutes. So once I've got stone bake, I'm going to press the button in. It's going to automatically go to the right temperature. And it actually went to 15 minutes. And then it's going to preheat for just a few minutes. And then I'll be ready to put my stone right in there on top of that metal rack that's in there. The coolest thing about this air fryer is that I could be air frying or roasting in the bottom and baking in the top at the same exact time, which is really nice. It's like having 2 ovens, and it has this little sync button right here. So what that allows it to do is it allows it to cook things at 2 different temperatures at 2 different times and have them finish at the exact same time, which I love. It does make this little noise when it's heating up, and then it goes away once it starts cooking. That's the preheating noise for some reason. So the other night I made a roasted chicken in the bottom, which was 45 minutes, and I had my cauliflower in the top roasting, but that only took 15 minutes. I put them both in at one time, hit the sync button, set the timer for 15 minutes on the top and 45 on the bottom, and it just held the top oven. It didn't turn it on until it was ready to preheat, and then it cooked them both, and my chicken and my cauliflower were done at the same time. So I was super excited about that. I really love this new item. I'm excited about it. It is a host-only item for February and March. It will come out for everybody April 1st, but if you want to get your hands on one right away, let me know. We can do an in-person party in March, or we can do a virtual party right now, and you can get your hands on this 60% off. So thanks. See, it just stopped making that noise because it must be almost done with the preheat. So let me know what you think, and go ahead and hit share, and your friends can see this recipe. I'll post a picture later after it's cooked. Have a great evening.